There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
Hey everyone, again, this is Brett with the Indie Comics Dispatch and Head Nerds in Charge, continuing our creator interview series. And so today we have with us Isaiah Massey from Zay Arts. If you follow him on Instagram, Zay Arts 21, right? And Mindless Designs Comics, also his comic book publishing company. They're on Instagram. Also, you can follow. Isaiah, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Most definitely, I'm glad to be here.
Good. Well, let's talk about you first. Tell us about yourself and what's your background.
Well, my name is Isaiah Massey. I'm originally from New Jersey, Roselle, New Jersey to be exact. Moved out here in '96 and discovered comic books and anime at a very young age, probably around 6 or 7 years old. I've just been moving on from there, you know?
Yeah, I can tell from your background that you like anime and manga style. It's awesome back there. Is that one of your creations back there?
Yeah, this is actually my entire...
Oh, I see it now. I see the that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Thank you.
So 1996, you discovered comics about. So what are some of the fans you've been comics of throughout the years? What led you down the path to eventually creating your own? What comics were your inspirations?
Okay, well, put it like this. I kind of lied a little bit. I say I was probably introduced probably around 5 years old, because I think my dad, when I was living in Jersey, used to buy me little comic books, you know, at the gas station or whatever like that. And also look at the newspaper comic book strips that you'll see at the back of a newspaper, and that kind of caught my eye. Always caught me drawing. I remember I used to draw Snoopy sometimes, you know, Charlie Brown, all that type of stuff. So I've been drawing little cartoons for a long time.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So what eventually inspired you to create your own comic?
I started watching Toonami. You know, they had a little area where they had Dragon Ball Z. They had they had this 3D animated show called Reboot. And those three like really kept me inspired. I always wanted to make my own like creations after that. Video games as well, you know. Can't not talk about video games. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. So you had Toonami going on, you had comic books. Do you remember your first actual like comic book or manga that you got?
Ironically, I actually have one right here. I'm sure.
Do you?
Yeah, man. It's crazy. You probably can't even see it because the lines are a little light, but yeah, I was drawing in little composition books.
That's awesome.
Man. Like this is like middle school work.
So, that's awesome. My 7-year-old daughter loves drawing. It's just like if she can do anything when she's done with school, she goes and draws, and she fills up those composition books just like that. She just grabs one and just starts going at it. She's my future comic book artist, I believe. I have zero artistic talent, so it's nice that I have one daughter that does.
As long as you keep encouraging her to do that, hey.
Yeah, and she just practices every day and gets better and better. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So tell us about Iron Infiniti. Tell us about your creation.
All right, so Iron Infiniti is a comic book that I created. I wanted to create about 6 or 7 years ago, but I just didn't have the time to really do it because I had other comic books I wanted to release before that. And what this is about is it's about 3 unlikely characters who come together to basically fight off an evil syndicate who threatens the entire world. And it gets crazy. So they get superpowers and all kind of stuff, man. I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah, I don't want you to spoil too much either. But tell us name the 3 main characters and tell us just a little snippet about each character.
Okay, well, one character's name is Renisha. She's a high school student. She's in the 12th grade, and she's actually the coach of her swim team in the school. And she's actually, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but she's one of the main characters, and she is kind of I'm trying to get her to be like a Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse type thing, like mascot for me. I want when people see her, they're gonna think of my brand. So that's one of the characters. Another one's name is CJ. He gets in the mix with an alien, and he gets alien superpowers, and that is just really crazy too. And another one is Mike the Scavenger, and he's like a Batman, Bruce Wayne father figure to
Mhm.
two other characters to keep them in line. So
Mhm. I love and again, don't want to give too much away. I love the alien character that CJ gets mixed up with. He is just the perfect kind of smart ass alien.
right,
I love his character.
exactly.
Um, so I've read it. I bought it off your Gumroad. I really enjoyed reading this. Will we eventually learn more about? So again, it's not really spoiling much, but the whole premise is set up about 5 years ago, right? There was this alien attack on this world, on your world that you've created here. Will we eventually get to learn more about that alien attack and the backstory of your world?
Well, basically, ironically, you say that the Iron Infinity book is a sequel to another book that I was talking about earlier, and
Ah,
that book is called Job, Just an Ordinary Guy. And in that book, that's where the invasion takes place. So if you go back
okay.
and read that book, you'll see exactly what everything that happened so far.
Very good. I didn't realize they were connected. So that book
Mhm.
is also available on your Gumroad, also, if people are
Yes, sir.
interested. Very
Yes, sir.
good. Awesome. So you have a Kickstarter coming up in just a matter of days for Iron Infinity. So people can obviously they can just go buy the book now on your Gumroad, but we want them to support your Kickstarter because with Kickstarters usually comes really cool stuff. So tell us
Yeah.
about your Kickstarter campaign.
The Kickstarter is going to be pretty cool. I have a lot of cool, exciting gifts I want to give for the people who donate. And of course, I want the purpose of the Kickstarter is to get printed versions of the book. And I actually have one right here. It will be featured in my Kickstarter video, but I wanted to share it with you guys right here. Um,
That's awesome.
the colors are amazing. So I just wanted to get it printed because it was cool, and I needed to print it in bulk so I could start, giving it out to people and selling it and stuff. So.
That's really cool.
um,
Hold on, I'm trying to adjust. They're having trouble hearing us on Instagram. All other channels seem to be fine. So hold on just a sec, everybody, while I kind of try messing with this. Let's see if we can get Instagram audio to go or not. I'm not really sure, guys. Sorry, they can supposedly hear me. One more try. Okay. Well, you keep talking about Instagram launches in just a matter of days. How many days?
The Kickstarter launches on the 20th of October, so we just have 9 days left, and I'll be updating everybody. You can subscribe to my emailing list. All you gotta do is click on the link of my Instagram on my profile, and you'll be right there. And it should be a link on the right hand side of my website that you can subscribe to the emailing list so you can be updated when the Kickstarter launches.
Very cool. Very cool. So you guys go over there. Zayarts21. You can get to it from there probably. What's your web address?
The website is mindlessdesigns.com.
Mindlessdesigns.com. And I think we fixed the Instagram audio issue. Sorry, guys. Um, so, um, what other indie titles are you following right now out there?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been so busy working on Iron Infinity this entire
Yeah,
year. It's been real difficult for me to pay attention to a lot of other stuff. A lot of
yeah.
stuff that has inspired me to keep going, like specifically the cover artist for Iron Infinity.
Hmm.
He actually has a webtoon. It's called Baka. Hold on, I think I have it written down somewhere. Give me 1 second. Um,
I feel like I've heard of this.
yeah, it's called Baka the Assassin Myth.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Like, and then there's another one that I wanted to get into. It's called Vibe.
Uh-huh.
It's actually they have their own website. It's called vibecomic.com or something like that, and it's pretty cool. Like the colors on it is awesome. So like
Very
I'm really
cool.
big on colors, and colors really catches my eye, as you can see. So
Yeah, yeah, and reading Iron Infinity too. I could pick up on that. The colors in there are very vibrant, very cool, and really draw you in. I loved it.
mhm.
So let's go back a minute to Iron Infinity then. Y- Is it's part of this interconnected world that you've established. And so, what other titles might we see in the future? Do you have any plans for Iron? Obviously, I'll say that Iron Infiniti ends with the assumption that there's going to be an issue 2. So you have that planned. When is that going to come out in your brain? And then any other tie-in kind of universe comics that you have planned?
Well, right now we're still early in pre-production for Iron Infiniti Book 2. Like I'm
Oh,
still
wow.
in touch with my writer. He's
Uh-huh.
like really in the moves to getting it done. So within the next couple months, I should have a fully done script. And after that,
Wow.
just, figure out what I'm doing the next step.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to take a little break because, I feel like animation was my next big step. I kind of want to make these
Hmm.
characters move behind me. So,
That was my next question, is that
yeah,
animation seems to be the next wave in indie comics there, because the
right,
technology has advanced so much that we can do it from home now. We can take indie
exactly.
characters and plug them in and create animation at home. So you have hopes and aspirations of doing something with animation then with your characters.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
that's really cool. That's really cool. I would totally want to see an Iron Infinity cartoon anime style.
So I
That'd be
like it.
cool.
Hmm.
So again, if people want to see mindless mindlessdesigns.com, is that what you said? um,
Hmm.
they can go there, get informed of the Kickstarter campaign, and do all that. So this is usually one of my favorite questions, because I just love seeing where people's minds go to. If you could do a crossover between Iron Infinity, and let's not say any indie comic, but let's just say any other comic book out there, or manga or anime,
Hmm.
what would it be?
Um, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I like. Are you familiar with anything from Studio Trigger?
I don't think so.
Like I guess Kill La Kill. These are
Oh,
anime.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like Kill La Kill and Gurren Lagann. Funny enough, with Kill La Kill, like I have this thing on Sunday, well, every Sundays. It's been kind of tough for me because I'm trying to get this Kickstarter together. But
Uh-huh.
every Sunday, I have this thing where I would dress my characters up as different people from different IPs, like different characters
Uh-huh.
from different IPs. And one time I dressed my characters up as two of the main characters from Kill La Kill. So and then everybody liked it. So apparently, they actually are a good fit to be in that show. So
That'd be
that's one of
cool.
the shows I would love to see. For
Very cool. Well,
mm,
let's go back and talk about the art, because you have a cover artist, but you do most of the art on the interior, correct?
yes, yes.
So what was one of the big things for you, from just kind of practicing art and doing art to going to kind of creating this whole comic book of art? That seems like a big jump. And I know Iron Infinity wasn't your first book, so let's talk about whatever your first book was, and that first step of doing an entire book's worth of art. Was that
Yeah.
a big step? Was that a big undertaking? Like, tell us about that.
I mean, I feel like from earlier when we was talking about the drawing the comic books and the composition
Hmm.
book or whatever.
Hmm.
Like if yours like I think I have at least probably like 10 composition books in my closet that I just filled up with comic book work. So
Uh-huh.
I've been doing this at a very young age. So I feel like I'm used to it now. And I actually have
Hmm.
a process that I feel works for me. So
Very
I,
cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Mhm.
awesome. It's funny when sometimes writers who then do the art, they have a hard time, even though they may be a good artist, they have a hard time making that transition and doing a complete book worth of art. But artists, just going at it, that's your passion, I'm sure, and so it's probably almost fun to do all that. I'm sure it's work, but seeing the process come through, it's got to be so rewarding to see.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Very good. So what advice would you give somebody who wants to go into the comic book industry? Like, not just self-publishing, obviously, because Marvel, DC, Image, they're their own thing. You got to know somebody there to make any headway there. But
Mhm.
somebody wanting to publish their first indie comic book, what would what kind of advice would you give them?
Um, I say be inspired, but don't look at your inspirations as competition.
Mm. I like that because that's been a recurring theme here on Indie Comics Dispatch lately. Is that a lot of times people see other indie creators as competition when we should be seeing them as community and inspiration.
Yep.
And because the phrase that keeps coming up over and over again when we have these conversations is all boats rise with the tide. If everybody's
Yep.
out there cross pollinating and promoting each other and accepting each other and giving feedback to each other and taking feedback from each other. Everybody's going to be a success. I love that.
Yep.
I really love that.
Totally agree.
Awesome. So, Isaiah, tell everybody one more time where they can find your books, where they can find out when your Kickstarter launches, and how they can support you. Do you have any one-day funding goals? What's your total funding goal? Give a little more information on your Kickstarter. And
Okay.
sorry, Bristol Media Group says it's a mission to get across your vision, not a competition. That's true. I love that. That's very good.
I need to write it down somewhere, put that on my wall.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
He's always coming in with the good quotes on my feeds. I love him.
Right, right. But as far as the Kickstarter is concerned, my
Yeah.
goal is 1,200. Because like my first goal for the previous book, Renisha and CJ, that's the Iron Infiniti sequel to. It was a little bit more, and I figured like because of the COVID situation, I probably should have went a little bit less because I have
Right.
like a closet filled with books. Yes, they're selling, but it's just like I
Yeah.
have so many in there. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. But
Yeah.
as far as what was the other question? I think it was a little.
Goal, and then where again, remind everybody where they can sign up to get notified when you launch.
Okay, you can go to mindlessdesignscomics.com or mindlessdesigns.com, and then it'll be on your right-hand side. You'll see a picture of Renisha, and under it, you could type in your information, where your email information, so you can sign up.
That's very good. And let's go ahead and tell people out there. You mentioned you have a bunch of physical copies of Renisha and CJ sitting in your closet. If people wanted to buy those, how would they go about buying those?
You could go to, of course, the same website, and then it'll be a menu. And on the menu, it says store. You could click that, or you could just go to gumroad.com/zayarts, and all my comics and other items will be down there that you could click on.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, I can't wait for that Kickstarter to launch. I'm going to go over there right now and get notified when it does launch. Because I love a good Kickstarter campaign. I love the energy that follows along with it. I hope you get quick, easy funding for it. And guys, I've read Iron Infiniti. You can read it now too, but go support the Kickstarter instead, and then you can read it as a reward from the Kickstarter. It's a good read.
There's really, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's really
No, you're good.
good, really nice Kickstarter rewards on there. If you really donate, if you really check, that's really. I don't want to spoil it, but it's two really nice ones on there.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what they are. And like I said, guys, it's a really good book. If you're into manga, if you're into anime, if it's sci-fi, aliens, all that, it's a good book. And so go check it out. Get notified when that Kickstarter launches. We'll be sure to share when the Kickstarter launches as part of our Monday morning Kickstart video that we do. And guys, just follow ZayArts21 and Mindless Designs Comics on Instagram. He's always posting great stuff. Huge fan base out there. Huge. Lots of people loving your work, and so I can't wait to see what comes next out of you.
Most definitely, I have some surprises.
All right.
All I have to say before I go.
Yeah.
Remember that girl right there.
The blue hair.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Awesome. Isaiah, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us today. I really, really do appreciate it. It's been fun. I can't wait to see that Kickstarter and see those rewards that you're excited about.
Most definitely.
All right, guys, everybody, go over to the website, click to get notified when that campaign launches, and follow Isaiah if you don't already. Huge following, and so you maybe already be following him. Somebody out there wants to know what's her name.
Her name is Carol.
All right, there you have it. Actually,
if you want to do some more research, hashtag Garu, GARORU.
All right, very good. Follow that hashtag and get some more info. We got a couple people on the stream saying they're going to go check out your book and order a copy of the Renisha and CJ. So guys, head on over to that website and order it. Guys, we will talk to you guys later. This Wednesday night is the premiere broadcast from the Dispatch, our new Wednesday night show where we bring on panels of people. If you haven't checked out the preview episode, we just posted a preview episode. The preview episode is just me and Tyrone from Sovereign Comics talking. But Wednesday night, we're going to have on Wingless Comics, Constant Hustle Comics, and Concept Moon Studios for a night of discussing indie comics and even crossovers. So, again, Isaiah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Everybody out there, we'll talk to you later.